So my name is Angie Moyer. We have been coming to Harvest since April of 2000. Harvest has been just a great spiritual family for us. We've grown a lot here, met a lot of wonderful people, been able to take a lot of classes to build us up as individuals and as family, to be better parents. We're just really thankful for this place. So I think about last January, invitation went out to the parents of senior high kids to go on a mission trip to New York. So this seemed like a great opportunity. My son is a senior, wanted to do something special like this with him, so we signed up. Ended up being 7 youth went, 2 youth leaders, and then 2 parent chaperones. So I was one of the parent chaperones. So the first evening we were there, it was really late. We had traveled all day. Reggie took us out and took us right into Hunts Point, down on the streets. Met a lot of people just sitting along the streets. We began to realize that these ladies, they were prostitutes. You look around a little more, you saw pickup trucks, semi-trucks just parked along the street in kind of these odd back streets. So we quickly realized what was going on. Reggie led us through all of that. He had us get out kind of 2 by 2, so if we saw a female on the side of the road, me and one of the youth girls, we would go out together with him, and we had made peanut butter and bread sandwiches, and we were just giving them food to eat. Happened to meet Sheila that evening. Nothing stood out about her. She was fully dressed. She was calm. She was so appreciative of just a simple sandwich that we were, handing out to her. And she recognized Reggie, and you could tell that there was a history there. They really trusted Reggie, and he cared for them. A couple days later, we were getting ready to do our skit, and Sheila just kind of shows up. She looked very different in that moment, scantily clad. She was high on drugs, but she came to the prodigal center to see Reggie, to get help, to get clothes. Reggie pulled us ladies aside from the group and said, "Hey, can you guys take her inside, see what she needs, just kind of help her." So we did. He kind of clued me in that there was a little bit of medical problem that maybe I could help her with, being a nurse. She was high, so it's hard to reason with someone. It's kind of hard to help. She was kind of all over the place. But she did want me to look at some abscesses she had. So, this is my line of work, no big deal. But I think the thing that stood out to me the most was just looking at all the scars on her legs, all the wounds, just the years and years of pain and hurt that she must have and still experiences. So in that moment, you just do what you can do. It was neat because it was a natural thing to just help because of the love of Jesus. So we helped her get clothes, we helped bind her wounds. Then when that was finished, Reggie comes on in, and he just comes over to Sheila. And I think the thing too that impacted me the most was listening to him speak to her. He just kept saying to her, Sheila, you can be such a help to me. You have so many gifts. Your life does not have to be like this. Get into a drug program. You can help me. You don't have to be like this, But he just spoke to her just as the God-created human that she is. And you could tell by her response, there was just this little part of her like, I know, Reggie, I know. So I will just never forget just seeing Reggie love the people in Hunts Point, where they're at, what they're dealing with. It's like a lot of risk and very little responses when you're dealing with people with addiction like this, but there's a passion in him that just challenges you. So that was my encounter with Sheila. I think just you can see a little bit of yourself in her brokenness, her wounds. Made me think just, how good God has been to help me, that I even know and understand His grace, because He's helped me heal a lot of my wounds. And just, you want that, long for her to understand that amazing grace and relationship she can have with God, because it just changes everything. If you're considering going on a missions trip, if you have an opportunity to go, don't let things stop you. I think it's good to get out of your familiar routine and go see a bit of the world. See firsthand what the missionary deals with day in and day out. Something else also happens when you go with a group on a mission trip. Relationships are strengthened. You get to know people in a way that you just never get a chance to meet, get to know them here in Goshen. So you're praying, you're one-minded. It's just a really good thing. So it can support the missionary, but it also builds the local church too. God is using Beyond in amazing ways in Goshen and beyond. So I just want to thank Harvest for the opportunity to go, to be able to go on a youth group trip as a parent with my son, just to see a different culture, to support missionaries. So thank you, Harvest, for investing in the time, the prayer, and the finances for a trip like this to happen.